Welcome back to the Black Light Podcast. ThonLexy, your host, here with another live reaction. Much love, everybody. We got a good show for you today. In the name of entitlement, what you're getting ready to see is certainly going to disturb you. We're going to react to one other archetype from Ashley's show, and then we're going to spend 30 minutes on the feature presentation. How you guys doing? You guys know the rules of the show. Hit the subscribe button on your way into the room. Also hit the like button. We have a show goal of $100 in the Cash App. That guarantees you another live show the next day. If not, we put out a short form video. So that's how we rock over here now. Let's get into it. Much love to everybody who's consistently been supporting, all of our show donors and sponsors, and all of our frequent visitors, along with our moderators. Let's go ahead and have a good show. Let's fill the room, drop those locations. Let's make it happen, everybody. I'm glad to be here. Here we go, y'all. Let's make it happen. More work. Let's get into it. How y'all doing today? Almost done with the week. Time to finish it off with some work, BLP family. Let's make it happen, hey? How y'all feeling? What's good? What's happening in?
My dog died.
There we go. I think I moved a little bit too far out of frame there. Bring that down. There we go. That's better. What's up, everybody?
Yes, I'm very serious on my knees. I'm here to tell you right now.
What's happening? Thank you. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Representing Baltimore, Maryland. Much love, brother. Welcome. What's up, Emperor? How you doing? RM. Benjamin. What's up, Benjamin Busser? How you doing, bro? Mr. Compensation, RM.
Each one giving special emphasis
Love it.
to certain
I love it.
sections
I
of the
love it.
orchestra.
Yeah, man, I had to get the pin suit. I'm trying to get a few a week. You know, I got to switch it up. Snellville, Georgia. What's up? Jersey, New York in the building, man. Let's get it, BLP family. Man, I'm ready to work, man. Let's go. Minneapolis in the building. I love going out there to hoop. Jersey, Newark in the building. What's up? Boston in the building. Fort Worth, PA, Brooklyn. What's happening? Philly, be more. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. Let's have a good show. If you're new to the platform, certainly subscribe. There's no platform like this, man. It's just that simple. Oh, yeah. It's jab cross, RM. Jab, keep him at bay, then, you know. That's what me and my boys, we work at it so much. We in the gym so much. Jacksonville in the building. What's up, Robert? Representing Florida. Stay away from those crazies, Robert. We need you. Just kidding. Not everybody in Florida is crazy. Most of them. Shouts out to my boy Matt out there. My boy Matt Merweather out in Florida. That's my brother though. Oh, I love it, Donnie. I'm never stopping. I'm gonna be out there at the Y. Buckets. I'm backing people down and everything. 2 more minutes. Y'all not gonna believe the feature presentation. Y'all gonna be like, what is happening to the dating market? When we get to the feature presentation, y'all gonna start to understand why like so many men are just tired and why they come to platforms like this. Thanks to the feature presentation, people like me have a job. Gonna get into it. Great piece of content Ashley stumbled upon. One thing I have to give Ashley Dalton, she doesn't give the great dating advice consistently, but what I will say is she does a great job of like conducting these call-in platforms. And what I mean by that is Ashley does a great job of staying cool under pressure and under attack. She's gotten that muscle work that like, she's used to doing call-in shows. She's been doing it on TikTok for a while. She's dealt with a lot of different type of personalities. Unlike Kendra G, she seems to not be so triggered by her guest, even the wild ones. She seems to have a very even kilt when it comes to how she conducts herself. And that was what actually made the conversation more entertaining, because Ashley Dalton doesn't really feed into the loose neck hyena behavior as easy as women who are closer to being that woman themselves. I'm not saying that Ashley's a pure woman or that she's just everything you would want in a woman, but I'm saying in the sake of class, she knows how to conduct herself better than a lot of the women who host dating shows and a lot of the women who come on the dating shows. So shouts out to her for that, because I might as well give her a little bit of credit now, because usually I'm really hard on Ashley because a lot of her dating advice, it isn't that it's bad. I just think it's void of a male perspective, which is the most important one, seeing that we make the decisions in the dating market. You guys can wear as much makeup as you want. You can buy a certain Birkin bag. You can do whatever you want. Joining these sprinkle lives won't change the fact that men control access to a relationship. You won't be in a relationship unless a guy grants you access to one. So what men have to say is important. I don't really support women having conversations about how to gain men without men, because women historically haven't even been able to vet for their own husbands and boyfriends without men being involved. That's why men got involved in the vetting process. They let women do it themselves. They weren't that good at it. They were bringing home men who looked like crap. Then guys were like, okay, you can't date anyone until I meet them. And that's how that got going. That's how that cultural tradition got going. Women's inability to be able to look at a guy and tell if he's a husband or not. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. Y'all know the rules of the show. Cash apps are the only thing that guarantees stop the show. We wait to read super chats for the sake of engagement and just the pace of the show. If you don't like a lot of pausing, this isn't the show for you. People come here for my commentary. If they wanted to watch the original video, they would just simply go to the original platform. So let's go ahead and get into it. And let's spin the clip on the first archetype. We're only going to spend about 10 minutes here. The rest of the show on the other archetype. Let's get into it. Much love to Jeremy. He says supporting. He already dropped 10. Much love to the first donor. Much love, Jeremy. Let's spin the clip.
Live and potentially all platforms.
Yes, I do.
What brings you up tonight?
So I'm 26 years old, and I'm at a place in my life where I want my own man. I want to get married, but I don't know like what areas or where to go to meet a good man. Because I don't really go outside. I don't really go to the club. I do sometimes. I don't really care to go to the bar. Like I stopped drinking and stuff. So it's like, where do I need to go to meet?
Okay, so where
quality
you are
men?
now, all I think you need to do is get out the house. That's what I feel. You just need to get out the house. And I'm sure there's men approaching you now. So what?
I'm getting ready to read your super chat, Intellect. Give me 1 second. Passport, bro. Or get y'all passports. Says makeup. Yeah, she definitely has on a lot of makeup, but for this particular circumstance, this is actually a very symmetrical woman. She's going to probably be the same rating without the makeup. But men still don't like makeup. I think women should consider that. But some women are just putting on makeup and they're just having fun. They're accessorizing. They love it. It makes them feel like a little girl. To me, that's what women have a good time with makeup. That's why you see women even like Ashley Dalton who do not need makeup at all. They wear it. You know what I mean? Because it's just a part of like glamorizing themselves. But when women aren't symmetrical and they have a lot of blemishes and flaws, things that would certainly hinder their rating, and they cover those flaws with makeup, that's where we have to come down and condemn the women on that one. So let's go ahead and get back into it.
What is that? What type of men are approaching you now?
The men that are approaching me, it's all different type of men, but it's on social media. I'd rather meet somebody in real life, but
Think
it's like,
so?
where do I go? I be in the
But
gym.
Maybe
no.
so.
But I'm saying
open
in real life,
Could be.
whenever you do leave your house and your friends
Mhm.
invite
I think
you
I know
out
what I
or
see
whatnot,
though.
what type of men are approaching you?
I would say it's a mixture. It's like a mixture of like bad boys, and then it's some men that I don't like. They're just not physically what I want. I don't want them. It just don't
But
give. It's just,
what doesn't give
Hold on, wait a second. Okay, we already have come across our first issue. Let me make sure that I read some of Intellect's super chats. He's already dropped 2 real quick. He says, I'm gonna start referring to Ashley as 2040 because of how she looks older and younger simultaneously. I don't know. I don't see that. Well, sort. I think I know what you mean. Ashley's either somebody who's older and looks really, really good for their age, or she's a you know, 30-something-year-old woman who is exactly the age that she looks like. You know, I don't really know how to explain it. I know where you're coming from. I'm with it. But again, I still think for if Ashley's anywhere near 40, she's very attractive for 40. Intellect says the guest is a snack. We must stay focused.
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
Yeah, I thought she was pretty. That's why, you know, and when you have women who are under 26, above average in the dating market, if these women could come across platforms like this and change their mentality before it's too late, that's what makes platforms like this significant. Instead of just a platform that people come here and laugh and entertain themselves, we can start to actually improve some things around our community. If younger Black women are coming to the platform and getting the game from men, not from like other women who haven't really quite validated themselves as someone who can hook a marriage themselves. I think it speaks more to women who haven't been able to obtain a marriage trying to talk about dating and relationships than men who are not married and talk about dating and relationships. I think that that's two completely different things. Because women have to sort of mold value together to obtain a marriage. Men give marriages out. We grant you access to a marriage.
About them. So they're successful, but you're saying they're not attractive. That's what you're saying.
And that's the thing. I don't even give them a chance to see how successful they are. Like, if I don't really care, I guess that's my problem. I need to look past the physical and get to know these people.
Yeah, and that also means you're closer to being a ratchet.
Shaming yourself. Ain't nobody shame.
It does. It moves you closer to being like the kind of woman who deals with Pookie and Ray Rays. You deal with men who have swagger, but not necessarily substance. And I can tell by the way you communicate. But the good thing is about really, really good looking ratchets is that you guys can cross over pretty easy. Except sometimes you guys do it faking femininity and faking cooperation. And you're just still deep down the same old ratchet bumpkin you've always been.
Okay, so I'm trying to get an idea of what type of men you are attracting. So the men who approach you, just tell me, what are they like? Those type of men. The last guy who
Much
approached you,
love,
what was
Jeffrey.
he
Thank
like?
you. I
He
appreciate
was a
you.
different ethnicity, nationality, or whatever. And I'm not really interested in talking to them type of men. I want a Black man. Most of the Black men that approach me, they are like bad boys, and I'm through with it.
Okay, so where are you hanging out in those type of environments where bad boys or hood guys hang out, honey?
I used to. I used to live in the country in Alabama. I moved to Texas. I live in like a good part of Texas now. So now I'm in a place where I'm just like, okay, where do I need to go? Where I need to mingle? I don't know
Okay, so
what about.
what area of Texas are you in? What part of
Oh,
Texas are you in?
Dallas.
Dallas. Okay. So where can she go in Dallas, chat? I need all my girls who live in Dallas. Where can she go in Dallas to meet affluent, well-to-do men? Put it in the comments.
They said Dallas is rough, and I keep hearing that. They say Dallas, it ain't no good men. I be going to church, but men, they ain't gonna approach you at church. They coming for the Lord. They
Church.
ain't coming
No,
for me.
she's not church. You guys, please. Please spare me. Rooftops, play golf, brunch. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the thing. What's your name? Miracle? Miracle?
Yes.
So you're a pretty girl, very, very pretty girl. But you have some edge to you. And I think that's why you're attracting those type of guys. If that's not what you want, then we gotta change up the vibe.
So how do I change the vibe?
All right. Can I look at your Insta?
Yeah.
All right. And no more tattoos, because I see you have some. No more.
I'm gonna stop.
That's THEPYT.
That's decent game. Because especially if you're trying to deal with sophisticated men, you're trying to deal with sophisticated men. A lot of times, tattoos are just a no-go. And I'm not saying that if he won't spend time with you, he might take you on his boat, knock you down, and then kick you off the boat, and then give another opportunity for other woman to get on the boat. But that's where it's going to end, because eventually he's got to take you home. He has to take you to an event where now you're not just a woman who's with him, you're a woman who represents his value and his worth as a man. And a lot of women don't see themselves as that for a man, but you are that. That's why you should care about your fitness, your appearance, keep yourself up. You're not just representing yourself. Somebody devoted their whole life to you. You're going to keep your body together for that man.
Miracle.
Oh, gorge, honey. It's giving, and you popping on the gram.
And I get a lot of people in my inbox, but it's just like I don't
I'm
take
here to tell
nobody in
you
my
right now,
inbox serious.
we
I
don't
need a
care.
I need a serious person.
We don't care.
Honey, it's giving. All right.
Okay? Yeah. I'm just, you reek of immaturity. You reek of a lack of seriousness that you can cut with a knife. I don't know. It sucks when you see women who are really killing it on the physical aspect, but their head is just in the damn clouds and you can't really, I can tell even when Ashley said that about like the tattoos, much love to Daniel G. He just joined the Dollar Crew. You one of them ones. When Ashley said that about the tattoo, much love to Eric Cummings. He also dropped $3, Dollar Crew. Dollar Crew as well. Ashley's like, you just need to go outside. Well, that's a part of it. She doesn't need to make herself more available for dating opportunities, especially if you're a good looking woman. You try to make yourself available for more dating opportunities, but it doesn't end there. And this is why men being a part of these conversations are so important, because it doesn't end there. You need to make yourself available to the men, but you also need to know what they're looking for. See, and this is where women, you guys aren't going to be able to help each other that much. Because when I listen to Ashley Dalton's content, she seems very pro women being the best that they can be, which is awesome. But she's doing it from a place of disregarding the male perspective, which borderline makes her sprinkle. So I see why some people call her like the sprinkle lady, but a little bit like less delusional. Because any conversation about women and what they should do to be able to obtain a man and it's void of any male perspective, I just find it counterproductive. Not like we just belong in the conversation by force. I just find it counterproductive because ultimately we're the ones who make the choices. I've always seen two women who haven't hooked a man getting together talking about what they need to do to get a man. It's just like, I don't know. I think y'all are talking to the wrong people. I just want to go back a couple seconds because I forgot what point I wanted to make.
Honey, it's given. All right. I like that.
Much love, Mike Rule.
Okay, so I like that look, the white dress.
Earth, everybody down there. Kevin.
So I want to be like real classy, like a elevated grown lady,
Yes, this look with the boots, that's gonna attract that guy that you don't.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say. That's the thought that I lost. She said that all the guys in her DM, she didn't like them, but she didn't even really like check them out to see who the guys are. This is why men have very little sympathy for women in the dating market nowadays. Women, they act like they're lonely or that there's a shortage of men in Dallas or a shortage of men in this area or in this proximity. But then when they get to talking and you get their wheels turning, they're like, oh yeah, I got plenty of guys hitting me up every day, but I want to meet somebody in real life. Ma'am, that is real life. I can't stand a lot of you people who say like internet is not a real place. Listen, you're gonna have to grow up. It certainly is a real place. People lose their jobs, careers. People get canceled. People who had illustrious careers get canceled behind some of the things that they do on this internet that you don't take serious. Stocks, bonds, crypto, all different types of stuff. Well, I don't want to mention crypto. Not like crypto's all bad, but it's just, you guys get what I mean. Like there are serious things happening to where if the internet just crashed, that's damn near the world. And y'all be like, it's just the internet. Like, I think you're some of the most unserious human beings who are attempting to be serious in all of society. No one thinks you're deep. You're not wise. The internet is certainly a real place. Those are real human beings with real fingers. We even got this thing now where people call somebody who's a real person a bot. Like, get out of the delusion. These are human beings, even the trolls. Exactly. And like, people can't help that. You're right, Robert. People can't help that we've gone to that place. It's too late. It is what it is. You're irrelevant without the internet. You're less informed without it. In some cases, less safe. I mean, it's just, people are like, the internet's not a real place. And we're like, you're not a real adult. All those men are real men who, like, I don't be feeling bad for you women. You got 50 DMs of guys saying, good morning, how you doing? Trying to strike up rapport with you women. And y'all are ignoring them, thinking that because they're approaching you on Facebook that they're not to be taken serious. Well, I hope that you have that same confidence when none of those men are even doing that in 15 years. And you're going to be thinking about a lot of those guys, and you're going to be going back to those old feeds and seeing them left on red. It's going to look different when you realize they're swooped up by somebody else. And even the guys who used to harass you don't want you no more. That's one hell of a realization or something to have to come to, an epiphany to have to come to. In men, we don't do that. We get better with age. Much love to Earl Farrell. He dropped 5, says channel support. Much love. I think our first donor who had sent something, I think it kicked the Cash App back to the first person. I forgot who was the first person who donated, who dropped 10, but it went right back to your Cash App. So we actually aren't at 20, we're at 11. Okay, let's go ahead and get here.
Don't want.
Let's finish.
Okay.
Because it's very trendy. And this look as well. Although you look good, you do look good, but bodysuits, when we have, let's say, a lace front or a sew-in, and we have baby hair, a lot of baby hair, with the bodysuit, that attracts that type of guy. Does that make sense?
It makes all the sense.
Not saying you.
Yeah, and the low cut shirts, revealing. Like, I want to let most of my sisters listen to something and listen closely, because it is important that the sisters lean in and that you listen to this stuff closely. When you're going out of your way to show cleavage and to wear like leggings that accentuate your butt in a very revealing way, and you do this on a frequent basis, men, we take note of this, and then we also classify you as a specific kind of woman. You might be desired, but what are you being desired for? Like, men, we can desire you, but we'll choose what we want to desire you for. We can completely see you as just recreational fun and never look at you like somebody who will bring home to our mom. We can. We're good at it. That's how bad we want the booty. We like, when it comes to getting the butt, men are fighting so hard for access to a woman's body. Guys will say all type of stuff to kick it. And I'm not saying that it's honorable. I'm just saying you need to be looking out. Somebody says bodysuits are trash. Yeah, adult onesies. Get your life together.
Ain't nobody shame.
Wearing an adult onesie. Where's your integrity as a person? That nug catnip.
You don't look good, but yes, it's a baddie aesthetic. So that's going to attract those type of more edgy men. Okay?
No more edgy. I need somebody to really.
Yeah, so more conservative, like that white dress, sexy, classy looks, like the white dress.
Okay.
All right. What are you thinking? What do you feel?
I just need to keep up that classy look and stop trying to be a hybrid between the baddie aesthetic and the grown lady. I need to pick a side so I can get the life that I want.
You do. You do have to pick a side. This isn't a completely negative exchange. There were some positive things that happened during this exchange, because Ashley does a good job of addressing these ladies' issues without making them feel insulted, and that's pretty good. Like I said, just because I disagree on her a few things, I haven't completely given up on some of these dating coaches, because they just have to learn a few more things. It doesn't mean that their intentions are bad. There's just certain things they just don't know. because they're just building their business. They're not looking for male consultation. They're just doing it. They're just doing what they got to do. And I get it. But that's where people like me come along and start meddling.
And I also feel like I don't think you need to completely abandon the look, you know? You don't have to completely abandon who you are, but still mix it in, mix it up. Okay, maybe I have the bodysuit on, but I have a nice trench coat over it. And I don't have excessive baby hair.
Okay.
So that's a happy medium.
Okay. That makes sense. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay. Just more classy. And I need to go to more upscale type places. No more trying to go to the club or a
Yeah.
bar or something.
They're
They say
saying
to go
country
for.
clubs. They're saying country clubs. Even signing up for a better gym like Equinox. I don't know if they have that in your city.
Now, this is all great dating advice in so many respects. But again, there's just stuff missing. Like, this is good advice because a lot of women aren't putting themselves in the proper position. I heard Kevin Samuels say, go to those places that Ashley named. This is good advice because he talked about it in that Drop Your Handkerchief episode, one of his best episodes, where he just gave women game on how to get a man's attention. And the women had fun with it. He had a little bit of fun with it. There was some role playing happen. Very positive. But the next layer is, a lot of you gorgeous women, or you high side average women, you're on the upscale of average. A lot of the time, you're going to get opportunity. Men are going to say, hey, would you like to get a cup of coffee? Would you like to go on a walk, or whatever the case may be? Or would you like to get dinner with me so we can get to know each other better? Whatever. You're going to gain more of these than other women are going to gain. But a lot of women don't think that there are boxes that have to be checked after you've passed the physical requirement. You have to meet a man twice. You meet him, he meets you visually, he shakes your hand visually, and then he shakes the hand of your personality. He meets two versions of you. Your physical profile is almost its own skeleton that is void of your personality. It's evaluated without your personality. It's evaluated without your background and history of family and all of that. It's just a body analysis, right? And this is all men. And then after that, we want to see if you can cooperate with us, if you can be able to help us work. If we want to see if we can work through life with you without it being a stressful process. So that's where cooperation comes in. And then the third level, the last, is, do we want to keep you around? And that's based on how much we can tolerate your nature, and tolerate the inevitable unstable characteristic traits that all women will exhibit. Men, we're similar, where we're all kind of the same pervert and slob in so many respects. There's just different levels of like what we are and who we are. Some men are tame, some men are not. Same thing, no different. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me read some super chats really quick. Much love to everybody with the compliment wardrobes. I appreciate all of you guys. You guys are the best. Intellect says, seeing very attractive young black women like this, I assume they've I think you might have just misworded it on accident. I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to say. Said black women like this assume they've a litany of Glocktavius and Pookies in their past. So I stick to what is that, Mei Jing and Maria. Some men do. I can't be mad at a lot of the black men who just choose to date women of other ethnicities, unfortunately. And I want to say this, black women, before you think that he's someone who is just looking to trash you on his way to going to Maria or Mei Ling or whatever. A lot of men who end up having to just be exclusive to one ethnicity of woman, they do it a lot of times out of pure and utter, I don't want to say desperation, because men are never desperate, but a lack of options. Again, women don't understand how loyal and ready to date a black woman and only a black woman men are. They don't understand how black men are geared to only want to date black women until we realize that there aren't a lot of black women who are willing to cooperate with us. And then we realize, oh, there are black women who are willing to cooperate. They just don't cooperate with me because I don't drive a really loud car with big rims and an Eminem rap. The car needs to be rap Eminem themed. Very ridiculous. Yeah, I'm not surprised that there are black men who are like, yeah, I guess I'm just gonna go over here. And shouts out to you for being able to marry. I think it speaks to the quality of you, my brother, that you were able to marry into those ethnicities. Men and women from Hispanic or Oriental communities, they are not as accepting as like black people as people think. So when a black man is accepted into those family dynamics, it means you're a man of quality, like a motherfucker. Big ups to you. Very difficult to find yourself in a committed situation with Hispanic women or women from these other cultures because their culture around marriage is more serious. The vetting process around the guys you bring home is taken more serious in those communities sometimes. DP says, sad to say, our women are just not serious about meeting a good man. It's all a game to them. Yeah. And what's funny is that they think that they have till 35 to play the game and then get serious. That's really the bigger issue. It's how long do you think you get to play? How long do you think you get another chance in the dating market or you get to live again? You got black women in the community who are 40 years old talking about I'm working on me before I date again. It's like you can't, you already way past the finish line. You don't get to wait for shit. You get to wipe your tears, pull your big girl panties up, and you get to go back out in the dating market and figure out what's out there. You don't have time to wait till you're 45 to get back out there. Now you're far less valuable, older uterus. Much love to Second City Smoke with Pitmaster Daniel. Oh man, you just reading that, my back got fatter.
Like Bernie, that's a big bitch.
I know the food is good. I can tell by what you got on, the food is good. Put down in the comment section what you cooking, brother. I traveled. I travel too. Next thing you know, you're gonna be at your food truck. It's ThonLexy standing there. Me and my kids. Let me read your super chat. He says, peace to the godson, long time watcher, first time supporting, my apologies. I say what's up from the culinary side of YouTube. Yay! Shouts out to the culinary people. Much love, brother. Thank you for that super chat. Welcome. Put the menu in the comment section. Okay. Yeah, maybe that was bullshit, Joy. Men can certainly be desperate. Yeah. I don't always hit the target. I think when I said it, my brain was like, nah, nigga, but it was too late. It came out. So you're right, Joey. Men can be desperate. I've been at the gas station before. So I get it. Thanks, Joy. She's the big sis of the platform. She comes through and she spanks me on my hand all the time. Welcome back, Joy. Okay, let's go ahead and get back into it. Yeah, I stand on thin limbs every now and again just to see how heavy they are. Okay, let's get back into it. Gotta love Joy.
I'm gonna have to go for that.
Yes. Lounges. They're saying rodeos.
I'm going to the Houston rodeo. You think some good men gonna be there?
Yeah, I'm not really a Valentine's Day guy.
Maybe
about
that's
doing a call-in
the place
show,
to
though.
be. Apparently, that's the place to be to meet a guy. Art museums. Where else? They're saying maybe not. They're saying no. Hotel bars.
I don't know about the hotel bar. What you think, Ashley?
Yeah, I say try it out. Yeah, try it out.
Okay.
It doesn't hurt to try at least once or twice. And happy hour. Try happy hour as well.
And also, when I meet a man, I come on like I don't know if this is coming on too strong or what. I'll just let him know like I'm dating with intention. Like I want to be a girlfriend. I want to be a wife. I want to get a house. I want to have a baby. Like
I'm
I don't
here
want
to
to play
tell
with
you
you. I'm
right
not going
now,
with no flow.
we don't care.
Yeah, but you
Is that
can't
too
say
much?
that. Yeah.
I'm not playing with you. I'm not going with no flow. Now, I want to just address this quick because this represents the way so many black women look at relationships, and they look at they have the wrong way of viewing the process that leads to an eventual engagement or marriage. She says she's tired of guys saying, just go with the flow. That's how I know she's dealing with pookies. Like, that's how I know she's dealing with pookies. She's certainly dealing with pookies, no doubt. Because only guys who don't plan on committing ever like say stuff like that. That's the key cover to where like I'm looking to sleep with you. Just go with the flow. Like, we good. Like, why can't we just, you know what I'm saying? Keep everything like, why can't we just keep everything just how we doing it? You know, like,
You can't say that on the first date. Not the
So when
first
do I
date.
see it? Because I be saying on the first date. Maybe that's what it be.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
oh my God. So you think that you're so cute. You think you're so cute that you can just first date be like, hey, I'm dating for marriage. You're not finna waste my time, blah, blah, blah. If you're not marrying me, blah, blah, blah. Black women, y'all are not getting ready to bring that neck rolling, dream snatching, shout out to Anton Daniels, attitude into the dating market. You're not going to be able to do that. Men have more leverage when it comes to dating and relationships than you've cared to consider. A man is going to marry you exactly when the hell he feels like it. And I don't see how you guys can respect a man you borderline forced into, like, I've seen women who are like pointing with rings with guys like in the mall. Have you ever seen that? There's like a guy and he's hunched over and he's like looking for rings, and then the girl's there with him like, oh yeah, I like that one, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, man, this dude's a bitch. I just want to go to both of them and just be like, I just want to start an argument with them. I want to be one of those street interviews. You want to do like a phone check? You guys swap phones, see if you're faithful with one another? I want to come ruin their shit. Like, let the guy be a man. Like, don't take him ring shopping. Like, don't try to lead him to like the decision. Why don't you do this? Why don't you play offense? Why don't you try to be valuable enough for the man to give you an engagement? Why don't you work on being so good to him and so valuable to him that he can't live without you? Become an asset, not just something that comes in, takes money, energy, time. That ain't it. Be an asset to the man. You women are trying to find ways to just guarantee that you'll win in the beginning, and you haven't even proven anything yet. You're meeting guys like, don't waste my time if you're not trying to get married. Guys are like, well, if you want to get married, bitch, be valuable. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? It's like, if you want to get married, you better work on figuring out what every woman historically in history has done to hook an engagement. What they did. I tell you what they didn't do. They didn't walk up to a guy and say, you got 3 months to marry me. Back in the day when the women were really of A tier, women would say, you couldn't even touch me until we get married. And guys would wait. We want to know why? Because the women were of higher tier. Y'all think that the women of old are just slave women who are oppressed by their men? No. They were better than you.
Shame in you. Oh, ain't nobody shame.
You couldn't hold Meemaw's bootstraps.
that on the first date because you're just trying to figure out if he's good enough, if he's the one. Not the one, but let me hear his conversation. Let me see his mind. Where has he been? What was his last relationship like? Y'all getting to know each other. You shouldn't be down the aisle or in a relationship just yet. Someone
Okay,
said
that's
just
my
try.
problem.
Yes.
So okay, I'm the problem. I see now.
But I don't feel like
Now, she said, I'm the problem. I see, I guess. You might not be hopeless. I haven't heard a lot of women say that they're the problem. A lot of guys are going to be upset that I even reacted to you because I don't have a lot of smoke with you, lady, other than the fact that you're just kind of childish. That's it. But because you're trying to fix it, you're better than half of the black women in the black community. Probably more than half, because even the intellectual, well-to-do women who got degrees, whatever, they are so far from trying to cooperate with the men in their community. There's this unsolicited rebellion against black men. That's why you'll hear Kendra G tell a woman, lose weight for better options in men. Ashley does it too. Lose weight so that you can have better options with men. But then say, but don't lose weight just for a man. It's like, hold on, black women. Do you want to treat us like we're something to obtain or not? Are we valuable to you? Are we something to be earned? Are we something to be worked for? Or are black men just something to where you just get one and we come with you because you say? Maybe I'm tripping, y'all. Maybe it's something I'm missing.
You have an issue attracting.
Much love to Nicholas. He joined the Dollar Crew. Dollar Crew is keeping us afloat today. We're almost to the last archetype. We'll see.
Man, that's the thing. The only thing that you need to switch up is the vibe. That's it. Switch up the way you look a little bit. Clothing. That's what I'm saying. Clothing aesthetic. And you'll attract something different.
Okay, that's good advice. I be coming on too strong. I need to chill out and just vibe, how they say. I be scared that the vibe gonna last too long because I ain't trying to vibe forever.
I think the vibe lasts too long with you and some girls if he too cute. When they start getting cute and they got little muscles, that's when y'all let them get away with a little bit. When they cute and they look good, that's when the girls start letting the vibe. All right, stop going.
No, she's right. But she had already admitted that she's putting attraction over substance. So again, she might be a little bit delusional, but women who are at least looking to fix their problems are far better off than women who are like, yeah, the dating market's got pee in it, and the men in my city, even though I only dated 2 of them, they all trash. I can't, I just, And it'd be like, we know you didn't date every man in your area. You're choosing to throw a tantrum instead of finding results and getting scientific about the situation, going to meet a matchmaker, figure some shit out. Like you're choosing to just get bitter about the situation. But I see why, but you're often going to see women who get a lot of opportunities to get approached by a lot of men. They are usually the least bitter women in the dating market. It's a lot of these booger wolf women, these big girls.
That's a big bitch.
These women, they aren't winning in the dating market. That's why they don't even want to hear these conversations. That's why single mothers, they don't even want to hear us talk. Even people like me who don't think single mothers are hopeless women at all. They still don't care. They're like, you talk that, you got a podcast? You talk to men? You must have a problem with single mothers. It's like, no, I don't. Dedicated to trying to help them fix their problems. Especially because I know if I'm a supporter of black men, just by the numbers alone, all of my men up and over maybe the age of 30 or so, for all of us to have options, some of us are going to have to date women with children. I don't want all of those women to be weird women that don't understand the role and how to respect it. Men have every right to nowadays be like, I ain't stepfather and nobody's child. The role comes with about 75% less respect than it used to have. Your dad died in war in the 60s and 70s, and another man came in to take care of you. You would never tell that man, you ain't my daddy. You'll mess around and be ostracized from the community for disrespecting somebody who stepped in and being a stepfather. Much love. J.R. Lawson says, greetings, Thon. Great show. Would love to see your comedic stand-up. Most great comedians have unique insight. You definitely have that. Much love. Thank you. I think you would enjoy it as well. I'm certainly gonna RSV, like when I do my first like really decent sized show in Michigan, I'm gonna like RSVP like all of you guys. I might try to see if I can get I want my whole audience there, dang near paying half, if like nothing at all. Like Because if I have any traction bringing people to my shows, it's actually because of my podcast audience, actually. So I'm gonna do this list where we RSVP everybody, so that like there's no mistake between like who's my audience members coming to my show, because I want to make sure that my audience members are treated like far better, not better. Well, not better, but I want them acknowledged. There we go. I want like my audience like acknowledged during my show. So I found this RSVP software and stuff like that I'm getting ready to use, and we're gonna get all you guys' information collected. I think I'm more excited to see people from my podcast audience than anybody in my show. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I'm gonna be like, I'm probably gonna save like 5 minutes for the end of my set to just be like, who's here from the podcast? Like, you know what I mean? And then just go crowd surf y'all. Not literally, because I'm old and I got a bad back. Okay, let's get back into it.
For the cute one. Because the cute one ain't got to spend no money, ain't got to do much. All he got to do is be cute and be charming.
Okay,
I think so. Maybe, Adelina.
Get somebody
We have to meet up. I got to see what you got.
Ugly.
Yeah. Because I know you could pull a
I think you definitely...
and
they don't want nobody thinking they're cuter than me.
If it's not stand-up itself, you certainly could write it.
And they'll be ready to finesse.
No doubt.
So take it slow.
I know a writer when I see one.
Get to know them. Mm-hmm.
Oh, if you're in Detroit, you'll be there.
I'm gonna take your advice.
It might be in Detroit.
All right,
awesome.
And when I get married,
I gotta hit up Anton, see if it's safe.
Of course. All right, darling. Bye-bye. I don't see her having any issues getting a man. I don't see her having any issues getting a man.
Yeah, actually, I agree. I agree that I don't have any issues. I don't think she'll have any issues with like getting a guy. I don't think she'll have an issue getting in the door. That's the thing. She won't have an issue getting in the door, but once you get in the door, the guy's gonna see what you have in your hands to bring it past the threshold. And she doesn't have anything to hold. She doesn't have real femininity to hold in her grasp. She doesn't know a husband from a pookie. That's really one of the biggest issues with like our women. They cannot identify a father. Well, they're not even trying to look for a father, but they couldn't identify a husband if it knocked them upside their head. They don't care about if their father's child is an actual father until after the baby gets there, which is stupid. It's very stupid. They're like, yeah, he's a mama's boy. I'd be like, when did you find that out? I know it wasn't after you had the baby. Lay with somebody else. I know it wasn't after the baby. You're lying. Now, this is an obnoxious exchange for 2 reasons. The lady shouldn't even have been asking for what she was even trying to ask for. And not even in the sense of like it was a certain dollar amount. It was her way about thinking she could go about asking for the money in general. Y'all thought y'all have saw entitled women before. This right here, shouts out to Cat Williams. This is next level. I just think I get access to somebody's income just because I exist, just because I got a body, or just because I look good to some men. I just get their money. This, I don't know why this triggers me so bad, but it does. Who are you to think you just get a man's money? Men, we worked so hard. Some of us are digging ditches. Some of us run 4 or 5 ditch digging companies at once. Men work hard for their money. You women like you who just don't value a man's dollar, it's despicable. And that's just the first layer of the disgust. The second part is her treatment of Ashley Dalton on her platform. There's been, ever since the ascension of Mr. Samuels, there's been these awful situations online and on Black platforms where we realize that Black men and Black women are having a hard time having respect for each other, but also that Black women are having a hard time having respect for Black women. That's why I don't buy into the whole, oh yeah, you bashing Black women, yada, yada, yada. Black women, you guys are waiting to be at each other's throat the first moment you get. and for petty or more trivial reasons, then men are willing to get in a war with men. Yet you think you're a sisterhood? You're clowns. You're not a sisterhood. You're always looking to cut each other the moment that you turn your back. Much love to Anthony J. Withers. He says, for the collection plate, he dropped 35. This is starting to make sense. We at 46. I didn't think we was going to be able to come back and react to Kendra G tomorrow. We halfway, though. Who knows? I didn't think we were going to get a show sponsor. Much love, Anthony. How you doing, brother?
How are you?
Okay, now I'm starting in the middle of the conversation because the beginning of their exchange starts with like them talking about this exchange. So before I play the confrontation, I want to play what they actually were arguing about, and then we're gonna go to the confrontation. All right. Fantastic. There's definitely no sisterhood. Yeah, a lot of the black women who have really just tried to take an honest look at what they're dealing with black women, they realize black women, the moment that you're trying to listen to men and be cooperative with men, that there are women ready to hate you. Like, there are women ready to be like, oh, you listening to men? I don't listen to men. Like, all the women who are trying to learn and trying to get information to be better in the dating market, black women don't want nothing to do with you. Not all either. Not all. I am generalizing. Not all black women. Much love to Benjamin Buzzin. He says, you know the show must go on. He dropped 54. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Much love.
Good.
Tomorrow we will be reacting to the most absurd Travelicia of all time on Kendra G's show. And I think the sad part is the feature presentation for tomorrow's show it's an older woman who's got body. This is a very tricky archetype to cover. Much love, Benjamin. You're about at the top of the VIP when it comes to donations. Like, as of these past couple of months, we added it up yesterday. You're moving into the top tier of like our top donors, like 1% of our donors, the top 1%. Appreciate you, man. Looking forward to meeting you at our meetup. I definitely want you there. All my top donors, I need to shake the hands of, because I wouldn't be here without you. Okay. This will disturb you. Jacob said, this is gonna piss me off. This is gonna be disturbing. This is next level. Like, I just think somebody else's stuff belongs to me type shit. Like when I saw this, I was like, oh man, we're definitely going live. I could have made it a short form video, probably made more money, but I'm like, nah, we slow cooking this. We gonna marinate this. If you're just not getting to the platform, you're certainly in the right place. Let's go ahead and spin the clip. Show is sponsored. Man, let's spin the clip. Let's get into it. I just got to put Benjamin up on the board. Let's get to it.
Do you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms?
Yeah.
What brings you up tonight?
I don't know. I ain't know I was gonna get requested to be on here, but my name is Dejana. I'm 22. I just turned 22, and I just want to know how to. Okay, so I'm very independent.
Much love,
when it
brother.
comes to like
love, bro.
Anything for real. Like when it comes to a man, when it comes to anything, like I'd rather do it myself. And I'm like kind of just a little bit. I'd be a little bit scared to ask for stuff because I'm afraid to be told no.
I'm here to tell you right now.
I want to know like how to get out of that.
Let me tell you, we don't care.
I don't like being told no. That was the first red flag. I don't like being told no. This is when I realized, and women are always like, I don't like narcissists. I don't want to deal with narcissists. Women, you guys, especially some of you, I think when you start getting up to the really, really good looking women or the women who have nice bodies, whatever is drawing them attention, you guys are some of the most narcissistic, malicious women out there. You start thinking you have room to actually step out of morality while you make decisions and make choices. Every aspect of this call is disturbing.
Independent stage, but still be independent. But like, if you know what I'm saying.
So do you already pay all your own bills and you buy all your own stuff for your own?
Mm-hmm.
So you pay all your own bills, your house, your apartment,
Get
your
your hand out of your
car.
mouth.
You
Yes,
buy
I
your
have a
own
plan.
bag. Go ahead.
Yes,
You buy your
everything.
own bags and shoes. There's a reason I'm asking this.
Yeah, I pay all my own bills.
And you buy your own bags and your own shoes and your own clothing.
Yes.
So with that in mind, why is it hard to ask? If you already spend the money, it should be very easy for you to ask for the money. That's the point I'm trying to.
Wait a second, Ashley. Hold on. Again, like I said, we're not done with Ashley yet. She still got work to do. Ashley, that's not necessarily true. Just because a woman spends a certain amount of money, that doesn't mean she can ask for it. Again, you're going to be a great dating coach, I can tell, but you have to drop some of the modern woman rhetoric. You have to. You have to. I promise you, you're going to find out the same thing Kendra discovered. They're not going to allow you to be pro sisterhood and pro their progression. Like, they're not going to let you support the betterment of themselves in a realistic way while also doing that sisterhood crap. You don't have to change yourself for a man, all this other stuff. You're wasting your time. You have to give these women a real game.
It's not easy though. Like I like a dude. Okay, I like dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like,
Wait, you
when
like
I ask
food?
for
Hold on. Say it again. Okay. That's there it is.
Is she really 60? Because if she's real, I had heard some people saying that, but I thought Ashley was trolling. Ashley Dalton's not 60. Stop, cut that out, Joy. Ashley can't be 60. I'm not. I don't. They said Ashley can't move her face. That is true because I saw her laugh the other day and she was like, I was like, what's happening right now? It was like, when people laugh, and I don't think it's Botox either. I just think, I don't know. I think that's just like, that's how she moves. Or she's trying to keep like an even kilter so well that she does, like she laughs like people who have missing teeth. Or like she laughed like a ventriloquist. But I don't think she's had Botox. I don't think that I don't know. Maybe. I know she's not 60. That's for damn sure. Someone said I thought she was 60. She better not be 60. I'm calling the police. It's like The Orphan or something. Like, you're like a spy or something.
So the thing is,
I thought the bitch
when
just
a
came from
woman
the
likes
dentist or
dude,
something.
y'all don't want to ask. When a woman don't like dude,
yes,
that's ready to ask.
yes, that's how I am. Like if I don't like them and they tell me no, it's like, okay, I don't care because I already.
Janessa says, Ash said if you have money, you shouldn't be afraid to ask. Yeah, that's really stupid. I'm just not realizing I'm an artery adjuster. Thank you for that 5, and just to remind me, I appreciate you, Janessa. Yeah, actually, just because she can spend the money on herself, even if she could like buy 1,000,001 Birkins, that don't mean you can walk up to a guy and be like, I want a Birkin bag. That's the whole match me thing. Like I said, Ashley's got some good advice to offer, but then she shows that she's trying to be the best modern woman dating coach that there could be. I'm still going to think like women who don't get success, but I'm going to help women get success. Because modern women do the whole, I make $75K, so you got to make $75K. You should take me on expensive dinners because I can pay for it myself. That's modern woman logic, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't work in the dating market. Because what you're doing when you do that is you're trying to make yourself valuable, where men historically and typically make themselves valuable.
don't like you like that. But the people that I do like, and I ask, and then it's like I don't want to be told no, because then I'm gonna stop liking them.
Yeah, but
'Cause
he's
it's like, why you
asking for
telling me
what
no?
he
I'm here to
wants.
tell you right now.
He's asking.
We don't
He's
care.
asking for what he wants
We don't care.
from you.
But I'm real strict on that. Like I don't. At least if somebody don't do something for me, I cut them off. But it's like I already like I like people like before like sexual stuff start happening. Like I really like a spiritual person. Like I like spirits, and I like personalities before like.
Right. That's why your whole meaning for being here is about money.
Shaming yourself. Ain't nobody shame.
What about you being here solely for just the fact that you want to like figure out a way to get money off of guys makes you being about a man's personality and you're really all spiritual. Y'all women try to be spiritual and religious when you try to pull wool over men's eyes. And it's very dishonest, and you guys are leveraging like spirituality and religion to try to blind men from not seeing that, you know, whatever.
Like all that even start happening. So it's
even
like
before that is what I'm saying. He's asking. He could be asking for your time. He could be asking for you to talk to him on the phone, text him, sit with him, whatever it is. He's asking.
Yeah.
So if you're doing things for yourself and you're spending money every month and you're buying your own stuff and you're getting your hair, nails, and everything else done, I'm saying it should be very easy for you to ask, because you have to come up off that money every first of the month.
Somebody said, BY says you get where she's coming from. You sure you feeling her logic? She's saying like, just because if you can buy yourself a whole bunch of stuff every month and whatever, so on and so forth, then it makes sense that you can just ask a man to do all those things for you, is what she's saying. You saying that you understand where she's coming from? I'm not seeing it. All I hear is entitlement. All I hear is like, because I can buy myself a Birkin bag every month, or because I can take myself out of the country every month, that I should be comfortable asking a man to take me out of the country every month. Or am I hearing this wrong? I don't think he's trolling. BY cool.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's my thinking.
It's weird. It's just weird. I just don't want to be told no, and then they'll like force me to stop liking.
I'm here to tell
you know
you
what I'm saying?
right now.
Like if you tell me no, it's just like
Let me tell you something.
I don't want to talk to you no more. But it's like it'd be hard for me to get out of that talking, like out of that liking stage, because I already be liking them. So it's just like I really don't know how to ask. Like
I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Oh, you mean from the perspective of like Ashley saying like, okay, well, if you can buy these things. No, well, I think what she should be saying is if men are frequently buying you these things, like if this is your everyday experience, if that's what she's trying to say, she should have used different wording. But then again, yeah, I'm with Ashley again then, and that could be what she's trying to say. I don't know. She hasn't landed the plane yet.
What we liking? Because he said you pretty. Like, where are we with the like? Y'all went on 1 or 2 dates, and now
look, I feel like,
and now I can't be like, babe, let's go to a restaurant, babe. What is it that we caught up in? Is what I'm asking.
I get taken out, like I get taken out and stuff, and I do my own hair, I do my own makeup, like I get done up and everything and go out. But it's like this generation is like, if you ask, okay, so if you liking somebody and you ask them for money, it's like they always want something first. You know what I'm saying? Like they always want something first. Like, okay, you would get them your time.
It could be.
They take you out. Okay, cool. Then it's like the next time it's like, okay, so
like
you want
Pookie
this
with a
money? What you
Hellcat.
gonna do? Like that's just.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, like that kind of makes sense. If you're just meeting someone and you're like, let me get 1,000, let me get 2,000, and he doesn't know you and you don't know him, then that does feel transactional. That does feel like that.
Hold on, I want to hear that last part again.
Let me get 1,000. Let me.
Like, okay, you would get them your time. They take you out. Okay, cool. Then it's like the next time it's like, okay, so you want this money? What you gonna do? Like that just.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
Again, oh yeah. Because you're it could be because you're asking for money like you're a streetwalker.
Shame in your... Oh, ain't nobody shame.
And then when he's like, "Can you suck it?" You're like, "Can I please have some help, money-wise?" And then when he's like, "Can you suck it?" You're like, "Oh, well, I thought this was I thought if somebody wanted money, they were handing out services or something of value." I might not agree with the verbiage, but I'm just... Eminem and ATL says, she like Pookie with the Hellcat. Yeah, she does. She does.
I mean, in a sense, like that kind of makes sense. If you're just meeting someone and you're like, let me get 1,000, let me get 2,000, and he doesn't know you and you don't know him, then that does feel transactional. That does feel like that. Like, okay, so what am I getting? Like, rightfully so. If I'm just meeting someone, we go on a date and I'm like, let me get 2,000. That feels transactional. It does.
It do. Like,
But it's you know, like, even if you're beautiful and you're cute and all of the things, not saying he's not willing to give you the things, but you gotta, you don't come out the gate like that, because that's giving, what is she, an escort, she a prostitute? No shade to those girls. No shade. But you can't come out and someone you just met, you're sitting at a dinner table with them, asking them for 2,000.
Oh no, I would never ask in person. I'm always like, if I ask, I'm gonna ask like text message or something like that. Like I would never ask over. And then it's like I do give people time, but it's like I'm not with the like I said, the generation we live in, people have sex, like basically they have sex for money. Because if you have sex for somebody to get money, I mean that's a prostitute to me.
You are really dumb, for real.
Ma'am, if you think that you're better than the women for not ultimately letting the guy sleep for you, just because you did half the process and they went full on, that doesn't make you more honorable. You're like, well, I'm not busting down when I ask for the money, so I ain't like these other women. Ma'am, you're probably worse. The woman who puts out has some integrity. She at least understands, like, yeah, this dude's not just gonna hand me my money just because I'm standing here. At least the streetwalker has some integrity about herself. You move through society like guys need to give me money, and when they don't want to give it to me, I just want to get away from them, and I don't know what to do about it. And they got the nerve to want something in return. Lady, I'm not even sure you listened to that thought in your head before you called Ashley Dalton's show. Couldn't have.
I feel like we live in a world where there's a lot of prostitutes, but it's not like they don't want to admit that they're prostituting, but that's prostituting. To me, I'm not one of them person that just like, oh, I need this money, I'm gonna give up my body for this money. I'm not one of them people, because I don't need it. But it's like when I don't be needing, when I be asking, I don't be needing. I just be like, it would help. It would help because I don't need it, but it would help.
Intellect says, praying mantis looking at her. Much love, Intellect.
If, like, you know, it would be extra. You get what I'm saying? But that just...
So it would... You don't need it, but it will help. So that means, in a way, you know, you need.
I mean, I would want to spend. I would rather spend somebody else's money than I spend my money.
Oh my! Hold up! Whoa!
But you are asking me, how do I ask?
I would rather spend somebody else's money than spend my own. Let me hear that one more time, because I'm in shock.
Way, you know.
I mean, I would want to spend. I would rather spend somebody else's money than I spend my money, basically.
My dog died alone.
here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
I got you, RM. I was trying to find it. I was fumbling trying to get to that. Again, I behold the most entitled woman this platform probably has ever reacted to. Said, I want to spend other people's money, not my own. Wow. And it's the not really wanting to do anything in return thing that's really got me tight. What do you think guys are? What do you think men are? Like, you think guys are that simple? Maybe that's why you mad now. You must think all guys are simple. Just marks, huh? Well, you're going to find out. Men aren't to be played with. I can tell. I can smell it on you. You're going to play with the wrong guy. You smell like a thief. You might even try to take something. Just because you just think you should just be able to. Because why not? I mean, why you tripping if you broke? You look like a guy could leave $1,500 sitting down on his nightstand, and when he comes back and sees that it's only 1,000 sitting there, and he's asking where his other 500 went, you might even call him broke because he asked about that money. You probably don't even know how to take accountability after you steal. I hate that I'm such a good read because I know who you are, I think, and it's not ugly. The report that's coming back, it's not pretty. I meant to say, it's ugly. It's not pretty. I don't trust women like you. You're a setup girl. You're an opportunist. And you believe that you're so much better than men that men should just be at your feet. You are not Cleopatra Jones. You are not Holly Berry. You are not even anywhere near the baddest women that have walked this earth and breathed oxygen, ma'am. Possibly rank it somewhere in the 1,000th. You might be far down there in the 1,000th. You are ranked low when it comes to all the women walking this earth. You think you got the audacity to walk up to a man who works for his money and say, I'd rather spend your money than spend mine. At this point, when I'm watching the reaction so that I can come back here and do this show, at this point, I'm standing up in my chair. I'm furious. I done walked around I done paced around like, man. If this is what guys are dealing with, this is why people like Shannon Sharp, even rich men, are like, what's going on with the women? Do y'all know? I need all you ladies to know, thanks to Kevin Samuels, y'all are finding out even all these rich guys, they've been sitting around waiting to crack y'all too. They've been waiting to crack y'all over y'all head with some logic. They just can't do it. They're worried about losing brands and sponsors. If they couldn't, so many musicians who you think you support, they would talk just like us. That's what y'all don't get. These male podcasters y'all hate, we the world. We the world. We're a reflection of a universal collective agreement that men have, that we're being suppressed. Our voice is being limited. We're not valued like we should be. And there are not a lot of marriageable women. If we don't agree on anything, men in the West for sure agree on that. This was very difficult to stomach.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, all right. But you are asking me, how do I ask? And I think you just have to ask.
I just think it's so inappropriate, two women sitting around talking about how to get a guy's money before they've even had a conversation of what the guy gets in return. Ashley, I hate this half good dating advice, partial sprinkle shit you're doing. This is why some of the guys that follow me, they're like, man, don't react to Ashley Dalton. It's because you're half sprinkle, half somebody who's trying to help black women get success. Don't help women figure out how to ask a man for money. Why don't you help women figure out a way to be valuable enough to be able to attain a man's money the righteous way? Like he gives it up. It's not like a game. Because we do that. You just have to be valuable enough. Can you be valuable?
That girl and you're about that life, and you know this goes for all the girls watching. If you're that girl and you are who you say you
For
are,
all the girls
then
watching, remember
there
that
should be
part.
no issues asking. That goes for everyone watching here. You shouldn't even stutter.
Now, I need y'all to focus on the part that when she made it general and not personal to her. This hyena heard that.
When you ask, there should not even be a stutter coming up off the word. No hesitation.
You're right. I'm gonna work on that.
All right.
Well, thank you for having me on here.
You're welcome. Have a good night, darling.
You too.
Scared to ask. Scared. That means the bills are not high enough. Scared. No. The bills are not high enough, honey. The lifestyle is not lifestyling. A man is not scared.
Nope.
A man is not scared, honey.
Nope.
The bag, we getting starter bags. That means we ain't getting a 5 and 10 grand bag. Oh, we getting DH gate. That's why. That's why we scared. Because when we are about that life, we ask. Because we are about that life. That's not even a hug. That's to all the girls watching. That's not even a hug. That's to all the girls watching. We should not be scared. If you coming up off that money every month, the first comes quickly. You shouldn't be afraid to ask for what you want.
Now, believe it or not, that little back part monologue right there, that was what actually solidified the next part that we're getting ready to watch. The girl called back after she heard that because I guess she had a problem with it. And then this ensued. Let's go ahead and spin the clip on the beginning part of this exchange. Let's do it.
Information instead of giving me all your information when I was on the live. That was my situation, so.
Okay, and I spoke about it.
Okay, and what I'm trying to figure out was when you had gave me your advice or whatever you want to call it, I'm trying to figure out why you didn't say it when I was on here. Why you had to wait till I get off the live to give me more information instead of giving me all your information when I was on the live.
Hello? We can't hear you.
You can hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
I said, yeah, it's a 22-year-old again.
Oh, yes, from, I forget, Atlanta? Where was you? Atlanta?
No, from Chicago, yeah.
Okay, do you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what brings you back?
Okay, so I just had a problem. Because, okay, I asked for your advice about me asking guys for money stuff, and then when I got off live, you just, I guess, basically put in your own assumption of the lifestyle that I'm supposed to live that I don't live.
Now, before Ashley even responds, she never referred to this lady directly when giving that back monologue. And she went out of her way to let the woman understand that she's speaking generally, not directly at her. But she's a hit dog, so.
So what did I say specifically about you? Did I say your name?
I mean, what you mean? Did you say my name? Like, it was directed towards me because it was about my situation.
Right.
So you said, I don't. Men know who to give money to and this and that. Like, okay, so
that wasn't you. I don't know you to know who gives you money and who doesn't.
Exactly. This woman is so triggered. Is triggering. B. Watt says Kevin Samuels is still the only person who checked women for their tone. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think anybody got disrespected like he did. These women wouldn't do these women the way they do Mr. Samuels, but they definitely get disrespectful with black women.
But that was my situation, so.
Okay, and I spoke about it.
Okay, and what I'm trying to figure out was when you had gave me your advice or whatever you want to call it.
I'm not gonna pause so much, but I'm not sure if you guys heard. There's like some murmuring in the background. It sounds like another hyena. And again, a lot of times it's people around us as black people. We get sent off easily. We allow people to get us hype, and we didn't, and they probably weren't even paying attention to the conversation. But when Ashley ended the call and did that, it sounded like it was one of her ratchet friends that came to her and was like, "Hey, girl, this bitch talking shit. She's talking about some shit. You sound like you ain't that." Like the reason why this happened and you got set up for this kind of humiliation is because of whoever sent you off. Because Ashley was very clear. I think the only thing that can make somebody act like this after you already were told that they weren't speaking directly to you is unless you let somebody else who's unstable get involved and be like, make you feel like you're disrespected because they don't like how the call went for you, but they want to trying to give you a reason to be upset. Somebody said she's showing out for her friend. She is, because if you pay attention closely, every now and again, while she's arguing with Ashley, she looks up like to validate the person who sent her off. And this is just, and it speaks to how black women, you guys are so invested in being triggered, but not keeping each other safe, not making sure that each other doesn't get exposed in embarrassing ways. You get each other hype and you instigate. Stop. Somebody says, I'm trying to know her age. She's 22.
Why you didn't say it when I was on here? Why you had to wait till I get off the live to give me more information instead of giving me all your information when I was on the live?
You came up here for my advice. I didn't come.
I know,
I gave you that advice, and I followed up with more advice.
But you,
ma'am, do you see what Ashley did there? That pause. That was her thinking before she spoke. That's something you don't know shit about. You don't know anything about thinking before that's why you're in this situation right now, making a fool of yourself, because you don't think before you speak.
You could have just said everything while I was on the live. I feel like you barely said anything when I was asking for advice. And then
no, I did. I said, you said, how do I ask men for money?
Like that too.
I said, you should just ask. I said, if you are about that life, you should just be able to ask a man. It shouldn't be an issue. If you're about that life, if you say you date provider men, you shouldn't have an issue asking for what you want.
I never said that I dated provider.
Now, there are some comments that are interesting, and I want to read them. So this one is definitely for our female listeners to get involved. Our females are going to have to take the lead on this one. She says, in all fairness, Ashley was talking ish under the guise of generalities. Possible. However, this chick has a nasty attitude. Right? Yeah. I think I have to be open to the possibility of that. I'm not sure if that was what Ashley was intending to do. But I guess that's a way to look at it, to justify the girl's hostility on some level. So it's considered because it seems valid in the realm of just reason. I can consider that.
Right, man. I never said I dated. I never said that. What I said was the guys that I do talk to, I said I feel like they always want something in return, as in like sex. Like, oh, I'll give you this. I mean, you give me that, and I feel like that's all.
Oh well, ma'am, that's easy. Men, that's how all men are. Oh, you like Jada Pinkett on Set It Off. You need the money real bad. Yeah, he needs what he needs also. Like, I don't know what you. He was like, another time. I need this money. Girl, I don't care about your brother having to go to college. Who are you talking to? I'll knock you and his head together. Like, what I'm a man. I got pride. I think women think that men are we're as rugged as we look, we're as strong as we look, we're as tough as we look. But y'all start thinking we don't have feelings. You think that we're willing to be used and not think anything of it, like, because we're men, right? Just help a woman. Yeah, Nate wore her out. Well, I wouldn't say he wore her out, because when women can sit and think about their taxes while the guy is on top of them, like, that's not wearing her out. Wearing her out is when she's throwing up gang signs and cussing you out while you're hitting it. Like, that's wearing her out. Like, she goes straight to sleep right after. Like, that's
always return for a man is sex. And I say I'm not that girl. I'm just not gonna be. I don't need it. I don't need it, so I'm not gonna be having sex and doing all what a man want me to do for money.
okay. Well, ma'am, then you don't get his money. Like, and I'm not saying he's in a moral position, but I'm saying you're not in a better one. You're not in a better moral position than him. You're just walking up to somebody asking for income. That's why my favorite TikTok going viral right now. Well, it had been going viral. I'm just late because I'm always busy. But it's that poor lady. Y'all know she's like a popular junkie on TikTok or something like that. And there's some guy sitting at a stoplight, and she comes up to the car and she's like, "Can you help me with anything money-wise?" You can look it up. Just look up money-wise on TikTok. It's gonna pop up. Very funny. Because the guy reacted to her in a very humorous way. He asked her a very simple question. Can you suck it? And it's one of the most hilarious TikToks I've ever seen. And before you're done feeling sorry for the woman, you kind of come down to reality and you realize, like, hold on, what does this lady think that the world is? As much as I want to feel sorry for her, I'm on the guy's side too. Like, not like he should have said what he said, but I'm saying, who are people to just be walking around here thinking maybe people are just handing money out to you? It goes all against the laws of money and how money works. And Ashley, it's just, I'm really confused that you would even want to help women with this. Like, oh yeah, let me help women ask these men for money. Like, what are we gonna do with our women? It's just, Thank goodness you're not actually 60, because you'd have to be ashamed of yourself. But you're not 60. You got time to grow. You haven't seen? Yeah, y'all better look up Money Wise. It's so funny. Oh God, just do yourself a favor. Go to TikTok right now and look up Money Wise. Just put in, can you help me with something money wise? And then the guy in the passenger seat, he didn't wait. He didn't hesitate. He said, can you suck it? Woo! Laughed all day, baby. Because it was funny. I don't think I like entitlement under most circumstances. I think even when little kids walk up to me who don't know me and it's like, can I have that? I'm like, where the hell is your mama? Why are you asking me for things?
Yeah, but you asked me. Your question to me when you came up here was, how do I ask a man for money? That was your question.
Mm-hmm.
How do I ask a man for money? Mm-hmm. I said to you, if you pay your own bills,
Mm-hmm.
you pay your
Love
own
that
car
suit,
note,
brother.
you already
Look at that
coming
suit.
up off that bag for Chanel bags, trips, and whatever, you should have no issues asking for what you want. That's what I said. If I spend that type of money, I have no issues asking a man for that type of money. That's what I said to you.
But then you get to talk about how
Another time.
men know, like, what lifestyle, like if it give a fake lifestyle.
I'm gonna make it a sound on the show.
Okay, but look, I'm only
another time.
Right. So you was basically directing that towards me. Like, I live a lifestyle. I'm a 22-year-old. I don't live beyond my means. I do what works for me. I don't go buy Chanel, but so I was just confused about like what was all that about. Like, what was
but everyone, if you're watching my live and if you have watched the live for the last 2 hours, You know, everyone who got off the live, I followed up with commentary.
Crane
Every
from
single
Power.
person who just got off this
Edwina.
live, I followed up with commentary.
But I'm saying, why you just couldn't say that when I was on the live? Like, you scared that somebody gonna say something like about your...
She did. She did tell you that online. And she went out of her way to like move you out of the way. She did it with you on the call. Then after the call, she said, I'm not talking about her. But it just so happens that that shoe fits her. So again, I understand what my comment section was talking about earlier when they were saying, well, she could have been sneak dissing. Well, that's a way to look at it. That's the thing about the whole shoe fitting thing. It's like, I think it's a sneak diss. I think it's a sneak diss only if it applies. If it doesn't apply, I don't think somebody can diss you. Lying.
No, babe, there's nothing I'm scared of. There's
Okay, so
absolutely
that's what I'm
nothing
trying to figure out, because now I feel like I couldn't defend myself because you was basically doing a follow-up on something you didn't. You could have just said that when I first got on the live, like,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
but
I feel like...
did say it to you. I said, if you spend that kind of money and you are that girl, you should have no issue asking a man for money. You asked me, how do I ask a man for money? That was your question. I said, if you are about that life and you are that girl, you should have no issue asking him for it. Then when you got off the live, I followed up. I followed up on what we spoke about asking for money. And I also said a lot of girls get online, they get on the internet, they say they want certain things, they are that girl or whatever it is, and then they can't ask for what they want. I hear this all the time.
Something. Oh gosh. Money wise. Please.
Okay, well,
can you suck it?
That's all I wanted to know.
I don't know. I'm not asking anyone to come up here. You chose to come up and ask me.
Oh,
okay,
gosh.
You said you I know I got up here to ask you, but when I asked
can you suck it?
You gave me your opinion to me, and then I got off, and you continue to
as I always do.
But that's not the problem. The problem is you have to understand.
Somebody help me.
Of course, people is gonna automatically think that you're. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to. I'm not trying to say it in a bad way.
But you're feeling like I'm attacking you. The thing is, it doesn't matter what I say. Again, I follow up with everyone who gets off the live. I follow up and say something. If you're that girl, you can care less about what Ashley Dalton's saying after.
But why you keep
saying that? But
why you keep
saying that?
Why you keep saying that? Like,
oh gosh.
What you mean? If I'm that girl, like, what do you mean by that? Like, you said
I'm saying it. I'm being forward. I'm saying if you are who you say you are, it doesn't matter what I say.
But you're making it seem like I got up.
Matter.
You making it seem like I got up here. No, you making it seem like I got up here and say, "Oh, I'm that girl. I buy Chanel bags. I go
What's happening right now?
I didn't say you said that.
But you just said if you're that girl. You keep saying if you're that girl. Like, what do you mean? I never got up here and said,
I'm saying what I mean to you. I'm literally saying it to you what I mean.
Okay, but you could. That's cool too. But what I'm saying is, what you're not understanding is,
being clear. I don't know. I'm that girl. Clear. I'm being clear about what I'm saying.
She is.
Okay, you could be clear, but what I'm saying is, did you not understand what I'm saying?
You not understanding what I'm saying.
I am. I just said I understand, but you're making it seem like I got on here portraying that, oh, I'm do this, I do that, and it's not. All I said is that I pay my own bills, which I do.
Okay.
Okay, but you're making it. But then
I didn't say you don't pay your own bills.
Okay, but you keep talking back to I'm that girl and I'm this and that and I'm this and that. Then I should do this and that. I never said that. I never got on here boasting.
I didn't say this and that. I said you shouldn't be triggered. That's what I said. It shouldn't matter to you what I said.
How it shouldn't matter to me? I obviously wanted some advice, but when I got off, you was basically keep referring back to my situation, which means that.
But I do that with every single person who comes up here. You watched the live tonight.
Yes, I watched
every
the live
girl
tonight.
Who came up here,
and you know what's
funny? I followed up afterwards.
And that's what made me want to join the live even more, because even when the light skinned girl got off live,
they're so proud of themselves, Larry. They can't help it.
You went. I was still. I
pay my own bills.
What did I say? With the light skinned girl with the curly hair, what did I say? Go ahead.
You said something like, it wasn't nothing bad. That's what I'm trying to say. It wasn't nothing bad. She got off live, but when I got on live and I got off there. You was still talking about the situation, just making it all about something that is not 10 minutes later. Like, it was 10 minutes later and you was still going about the situation. Like
Absolutely. But okay, I want to follow up. You just said, I said something about, you said your words. Light skinned girl with curly hair, those were your words you used. So what did I say about her when she got off the live?
What did you say about her? You was like, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm trying
How
to
can you reference something?
No,
and
I'm
telling
referencing
you I
that.
do it with
No,
every
I'm
single
giving
person.
you. No, I'm saying you did follow up on her afterwards, but it was not.
And I do everyone. I'm not
Okay,
denying
and it was not
that. I
for 10
follow up with
minutes. It
everyone.
wasn't for 10 minutes. It wasn't for 10 minutes. It was all about.
But sometimes it's 10 and sometimes it's 15 minutes.
Okay,
it
but I just
depends
feel
on
like
what we're talking about.
Okay, but
sometimes it's 5 minutes.
But I'm saying what you're not understanding is I feel some type of way because you gave me your advice, but then I got off live, and then it's something like it's like 5 more things. But you could just say that like, oh, how you this and that.
I think one thing that she's failing to realize is that this is Ashley Dalton's show. It's not angry black woman, I do what an angry black woman wants show. Nothing was more nauseating than watching Mr. Samuels. As sophisticated as he was and the way he handled his business, was watch women think that they would come over there and muscle him because they feel some type of way. It was funny. It was even more entertaining was watching him handle them the way that they deserve to be handled. That was the funniest part. Because again, black women needed to be corrected abrasively, but with decorum. I like the way Mr. Samuels corrected them. Even if he had to jump down your throat, he was always typically the person on the moral side of the argument and on the classy side of the argument. This is very typical. Black content creators in general are being disrespected on their platforms. Very common. The infighting stuff, it's not just reserved for comedy and whatever. Pretty much all industries. Look at all the infighting in podcasting. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. When I got to podcasting, I thought that black men would be so willing to like work together and collaborate on the betterment of what's going on. You got black men calling themselves Pan-Africans and all they do is attack other black men. Like, I thought that it was about support, but really it's about attention and who can obtain the most attention at a time. And it's just, I don't know. It's it's messed up. Joy paid 20 just to hit her with the AK. Much love, Joy. Thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Glad to have you back in the comment section.
That how you usually do, how you ask questions and stuff like that. You ask me one question: do I pay my bills and do I pay my Then it's getting this. Oh, it's giving who buys the bags. It's giving DH Gate this and that. Like where did that come from? Like where do that even come from?
Yeah, but that had nothing to do with you. That had nothing to do with you. I do this.
I guess I'm just
No one said you bought a DH Gate bag.
No, I never said that you did, but I'm saying I just remember the stuff that you were saying after I got off the live. Like how it just kept going and kept going and kept going and kept going. And it's this and this and this and this and that. Like,
okay, out of fairness, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna post that live with this live. We're gonna put it together so everyone can watch it back and give their feedback. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. I'm not gonna edit anything out. We're gonna put it together and then we'll let the people decide. Okay? But that's not me coming for you. No one was coming for you, honey.
Okay. Made me want to join in life even more because even when the light skinned girl with curly hair got off live, you said a couple things. You went. I got off the live and got back on the live.
With the light skinned girl with the curly hair, what did I say?
Hi,
Iman. Welcome back. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. It's nice to see you again.
I'm here for level up advice. I want to be more feminine and dress more feminine.
Okay, all right. Do you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms?
Yes.
All right. So how old are you? Where are you from? And why do you want level up advice?
I am 26. I am from Guyana, South America. And I think I need level up advice.
can't.
I mean, I already dress feminine, but I think, you know,
Easy.
I want to dress feminine in a sexy way.
Okay, so let's start with your hair, Iman. I think the last time you came up here, your hair was curly. I want to say it was styled the same way. So that tells me, and that was almost a year ago. So are we switching up our hair? Are we switching up the hairstyles? What are we doing?
Yes, I do switch up my hair. Sometimes I have it curly, sometimes I have it straight.
She said she wanted to make. She said she wanted a guy from Ghana. She said she wanted a guy from Ghana that wanted to make $500K a year to date her.
Buy a dog, die alone.
Ooh. Cute little squirrel. Y'all stop. Stop, guys. She looks like like we can get on women about their weight. Let's not tear people down for the stuff that they were literally born into this world as. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. You know, just be easy, y'all. Come on, y'all. Like, I'm not even here for that. I'm trying to see how this correlates with the other call. You know what I'm saying? Easy on her. If anything, I'm gonna tear her ass up for this $500K a year.
Buy a dog, die alone.
That is where my issues with her, not anything going on with her physical, just the fact that she thinks that she can ask a man for this kind of money. And not because of what she's got going on physically. I think women who are 8s, 9s, and 10s can't just walk up to a guy and makes $500,000 a year and be like, I'm worthy of being a part of that, without showing and proving. I don't think even a gorgeous woman can walk up to a guy who makes $500,000 a year and they're like, yeah, like, what's happening? Like, no, because he's still in the same, he's gonna put the woman through the same filter I explained before. She passes the first filter, she's one of the best looking women in the dating market, whatever, but you still have to go through number 2. Can you cooperate with me? Then number 3, do I even want you to stay like around me? Am I gonna let you leave a comb here or something? That's like the 3rd and last. That can end up ending you in like a permanent situation, whether it be domestic or like a marriage. Y'all good. I mean, it is what it is. I crack so much jokes that when we go across the line, I feel accountable for you guys. I wind you guys up in a very raunchy and like humorous way. And then when things go overboard, sometimes I jump down you guys' throat, and that's not right. I need to take personal responsibility for like creating like an environment, because I'm a comedian who talks about dating and relationship stuff. So I'll be towing the line here and there. So like you guys are kind of following my lead in the aspect of like how we communicate in the show. I can't be mad when people go over the lines, you know. Appreciate the consideration though. Just because, you know, we all got kids. This is somebody's baby. We're just here to help women figure out their dating and relationships problems. My true intention is certainly not to hurt a woman's feelings for just unsolicited. That's not what I want to do ever. Just attack someone. You know what I mean? Because this is about helping us have more wives in our community. Or if it doesn't create more wives in our community, we can start to patch up some of our relationships, and our family life can start to look like the way it looked before we got all jacked up. You know, so it is what it is. No knock to y'all. It's just, you know, we got enough reasons to crack her over her head for asking for $500K.
Buy a dog, die alone.
So we can criticize her all we want about that.
Okay, all right. Do we do anything else either curly, outside of curly and straight? Have we done something dramatically different?
No.
Okay, I want us to try something dramatically different next time. Even if you try, you know, a wig, just for fun, a glueless one.
I've always wanted to try a wig, but I haven't as yet.
Yes, I want you to try that. Someone said a slick up bun. Yes, slick up bun with hair and pieces in the front.
Let me see what Ashley says after the call.
All right, beauty. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Yes, Iman was up here last year. She went viral. She was up here a year ago. A year ago for the dating show. Welcome in. Oh, thank you, Queenie. Nice to see you, doll. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She was crying. She said she wasn't. It was just hot. Thank you, Queenie. Nice to see you, beautiful. Oh, thank you, Mookie T. Nice to see you, darling. Welcome in.
Oh, was it because of the $500,000 a year standard that is it because of the thousand? I wonder if it's because of the $500,000 a year. Maybe somewhere in this exchange, she mentioned that. Was it this exchange for the person who said that she asked for a $500K a year man? Was it during this exchange? Because if it was, then that puts into perspective why the girl probably took Ashley doing a long run-it monologue about her like asking for like a guy for money, but then somebody else asked for $500,000 a year. And for all those people out there who might think like, oh, well, maybe she's got a point for trying to make that correlation. She actually doesn't have a point for trying to make that correlation, actually. Like, she doesn't have a point for trying to make that correlation. It's a difference between a woman delusionally thinking that she can ask a man for $500K a year in a dating situation where she's exchanging value also. But it'll always be foul and just nasty and entitled and dusty to just think that you can ask a man for money and then to think that he's not going to want anything in return. To think that there are suckers out here ready to be licked at that level, it's foolish. And you're malicious. I really don't really see what's the difference between you and a thief. You were trying to do the whole streetwalker analogy. I'm trying to figure out what's the difference between women like you and people who just go right into convenience stores and take things off of the shelves, or go into people's houses and go into their cupboards. Because under any circumstance where I think you just get something from somebody and you didn't do anything for it and you didn't offer up any value, I question those actions. I question the morality of the person who would behave that way, just kind of naturally, you know. You're giving off this very empty, soulless baddie. You know, there are a lot of women, we see this all the time. They're hollow. If you were to knock on their head, it'd be an echo, because they have nothing going on but what they have going on outside of themselves. Like the fact that they can attract men on social media and stuff like that. That's literally the only thing that they got working for themselves, that they can attract men on social media. But then when it comes to what's going on, like, can you cook? Can you be quiet when I tell you to? Can you be like a asset to my life and not something that just extracts? And then it's just like, hello, 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 hello. It's like just hollow inside of a woman, just hollow. And again, when she's saying that she's having a hard time asking men for money in the dating market, Ashley even referred to some hypothetical amount. She said 1,000, 2,000. This is why people like Chad Ochocinco, Shannon Sharp, wealthy men also have complaints about the dating market too. They do. Wealthy men are having issues with the dating market also, right? So people like Shannon Sharp, who can reach into the bank and pull out about any amount of money that he wants, you know, within his budget, and you know, but it's a pretty big budget. He's a top percent man. He's one of the higher up ranking men, and he's out here saying, "Where's the cooperation at? Where are the women at who act like the women who I grew up around when I came up from the South? Like where are the women who remind me of my grandmother? Where are the women who remind me of this and blah blah blah? Y'all are trying to act like the men have changed." I do not believe that the men of today vary as vastly from the men of old as the women vary from the women of old. Oh my goodness, you guys are so far from the women who got you to this place. And men, we respect the men who got us to where we are, even if they worked jobs that we wouldn't work. We would never say that about our father. We would never say, man, my daddy ain't never had no bread. We would never do anything like that. Men, we respect almost everything that our fathers have done for us, the ones that are. But you women, you look at the women of your past and you go, oh, my granny was a slave. My granny, like, I couldn't go through that. Couldn't be me. Have to listen to a man. Blah blah blah. Block. Everything my granny went through. Yeah, she went through it so that you could have a life. She went through it because she wasn't thinking about just herself. She went through it because women didn't used to say stuff like, I don't know if I'm happy or not. Like, that wasn't even a factor. You got with a husband, you stayed with your family, you stayed together, you didn't get divorced, you took care of your people. That was it. You would better like take care of me while understanding that I have a business and a career that's more important than you because I was focusing on that way before you. You met me this way. It's like, guys ain't taking this deal, ladies. I'm trying to tell y'all. We're perfectly okay with paying the full bill on y'all. We're perfectly okay with paying the full bill for cooperation. That's why women who try to hustle to get it through men like the foul way, it just shows that you're not a feminine woman. You don't have any femininity in your body. Or you haven't even thought about what it takes to actually cooperate with a man and get the money in the long run. Women who talk like this also don't value men, hardly on any level. And right now, it could be because she's 22 and she believes that she has tomorrow to play. And that could be true in so many respects. But it's just so funny how time flies when you're living and life is lifing. I hope that you guys enjoyed the content. I enjoyed delivering it. I really enjoyed myself on today's show. It was something about today. It was just good energy for a live show. I just really feel like the energy and the vibe of the show was good. Love getting the chance to talk some stuff outside of dating and relationships here and there. I love that we get to talk about comedy or talk about a movie. You know, it's good for my mental health and just not becoming such a repetitive whatever. I'm really looking forward to us opening up conversations outside of dating and relationships. And I'm certainly looking forward to opening up the call lines for the ladies. I am. I think we're gonna do about 4 call lines. We're gonna do about 4 call-in shows a week. I don't think I want to overdo the call-in shows so that I can be able to plan to like have callers ready instead of us like sit there. I can have some days in between to like, I'm thinking about starting a mailing list even where if women want to be a part of a show, they have to hit me up like way before and we have a list of women who can be a part of the call-in show and maybe not do it so random until the numbers go up and we can just sit there and people will call in. We're going to try to like more, you know, plan it and so that we're not just sitting there for an hour if women don't actually want to call in, just apprehensive, not wanting to be embarrassed, not wanting to end up a highlight. I get it. But I think when we first started talking about opening the call lines up, back when we first got into it with Kendra G, the gravity surrounding our channel wasn't at this place. The image of the channel wasn't at this place. We're in a far better position to do it now than I think we ever have been. It just, you know, just requires patience. I know you guys have been waiting for me to open the call lines up. I don't think that there's any reaction channel that draws more controversy, but also, I think we're one of the only reaction channels that are there's a very high demand for us to open the call lines up. So for all of the haters out there who will eventually try to say that I'm copying off of Kevin Samuels or we're trying to copy off of Kevin Samuels, it's ridiculous. Nobody can ever replace Kevin Samuels. And the fact that I kind of almost created the same amount of gravity and traction around my channel without having to talk to women speaks to me actually being different in the algorithm. And my success is actually different. I didn't even have to work as hard and almost got the same result. So nobody's trying to be Kevin Samuels. A lot of us are perfectly okay with what we're doing. It's just we eventually have to evolve. We have to go to a different level, do some different things, so that way we can get the channel out there to more people. I'm actually thinking about getting like 15 or 20 different like people to like, I'm gonna start really reinvesting into the channel. Besides the fact that I'm getting ready to hire an editor, I just got somebody who emailed me today about wanting to be an editor for the channel. I got that email. I just haven't opened it yet, but I did get that email for whoever you are who might be tuning in. But I also want to like get maybe 20 or 30 different TikTok accounts going where we have like different people putting their editing touches on our content. You know what I mean? Like maybe 20 different styles of like different, like our content clipped up with like music and whatever your editing style is. I want to see some different editing styles out there. So I'm thinking about starting up some individual TikTok pages and literally paying people to run them. So I'm going to be opening the email up soon for like people who are interested in that type of stuff. I like to do stuff like that within people who are more like intimate with the channel. Like I'm not hiring people before I hire people like RM and certain moderators that I have. I'm not going to skip over them first. So I'm not talking about a lot of you guys who you already know that you're in constituency with me. You're already on the team. I'm talking about like other people because I think when I do my balloon pop show, I'm hoping that I can finally meet RM in person and maybe she could host it. Who knows? Unless really secretly you're a man, then RM, you can't do it. We're going to have to go see if we can hire Joy or somebody maybe. Because if you're not a real person, we're gonna have to get somebody else. Because again, there has to be a body type. There's a physical body type that we need for like for the project to work and so on and so forth. So yeah, a lot of people don't know that I'm trying to start. I really think the balloon pop idea is fun, and I get to wear a suit and you can see my full body if I ever host one. Oh my God, that would be so much. That would be so much fun. Oh, that would be fun. I don't want to go on Arlette's show. No. Not like it's a bad show to go on either. It's just currently I'm off the market. You never know, that could change one day, but currently I'm off the market. But it just like there are a lot of fun things that I want to do with the platform I don't get a chance to talk about. So I said, can I get paid to sit in my recliner? You know, hey man, you know, we might just have man for the people who come out to the shows consistently. Who knows what we might have for like that BLP section. If I end up really going far, my dream is to really start. You shouldn't talk about your goals too much, but I think I can say this safely. I do eventually one day want to open up a comedy club, even if I'm not the one performing there. I just love comedy. I love laughter. I love comedy. I love humor. I love how humor, it can be like the bridge between like somebody being able to understand a bad idea and not being able to understand it. That was why when I found this platform, I was just like, ah, man. Or when I found this niche, I was like, it's risky, but I wonder if I can make people laugh at the same time. And I think I succeeded in doing that. Where's this Don? Chris said, don't be saying that, you ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I'm just, you know. This said Arlette's husband, Black Men, was triggered on the recent reunion show. I was thinking about checking that out. What was that? Is that live show worthy? I should look and just see. So it says, can we get some music conversations? I was thinking about using Sundays for that, because sometimes Sundays it's good for just not thinking about content and just keeping my mental health clear. But I just really want to do, since when we talk about music, it's not as straining. I think every Sunday, or maybe 2 Sundays out of the month, I think we might have, we'll create a whole new podcast name for it and everything. And we'll like label the episodes. We'll start keeping track of like the conversations that we have just on that particular topic. And that would be a lot of fun to be able to talk about music here and there. Might even be therapeutic for all the things in this platform that have kind of like made me feel stressed, or anything that's maybe like harmed my mental health due to me doing this at the rate that I do it. When I start talking to you guys about regular life stuff, I feel my body like start relaxing on the fly. Like it's weird. I get less tense. I'm just like, oh God, I get to be a person. Even though I give you guys my real self, I feel I've just been cramming dating and relationship stuff down you guys' throat. I'm just like, I want to talk about something else with my people. Like anything else, sandwiches, anything, just, you know, and not like I'm tired of the work. I love the work. That's why I continue to show up. It's just too much of anything is bad. Too much of anything is bad. And sometimes I just like talking to y'all like we just in an elevator, or we just chilling at the crib, you know, like we just sitting at home, you know, just rapping. I think we do need to start a Discord, and only because we having an issue with receiving the notifications we're supposed to receive. That's why we probably need to start a Discord with the channel. We're not getting no notifications. I've been getting complaints about people not receiving notifications on YouTube for a very long time. And again, you can't just start trashing a platform that pays you, but when you don't see this happening at the same rate as other content creators, it can be very angering and discouraging. When they can always just say, oh, it's a glitch, and or whatever, they can always spin it however they want to spin it. But, you know, again, somebody says, well, you can review any content and you guys will show up. No, not all content. You know, some content will certainly be triggering to you guys. When you look at the algorithm, I can see all you guys' ages, and I got even more sophisticated software that can figure out what you guys are looking into when you guys aren't even on YouTube. Right. And I'm very cautious of what I put in front of you guys, because everybody has biases. Everybody has even prejudices in some cases, even if you haven't identified it. And when you step on those things, people will want to withdraw their support. And you don't want to also be a type of content creator to where you only create content just so that people are supportive or that they are liking your art. Something has to be authentic about you. You can't just be fully doing things because people want you to do a specific thing. But, you know, again, I'm rambling now at this point. Donnie says, I didn't get notified today. Yeah, that sucks, man. That makes me mad. You donate often. You're always donating on the platform, actually. That makes me very upset. It's like this has been the biggest reason. If I used to have so much fun on the platform, and I still do, but I had even more. Benjamin just dropped $1 just to say he never gets notifications. It's so, man, this is one of the most angering aspects about everything that I've had to deal with this platform. Because again, YouTube will probably say that, oh, this is just technical errors. It happens all the time. But I don't know. At the rate that I'm getting these, it's unbelievable at the rate that I get these messages on either Instagram or via the comment section of people saying, oh, I was unsubscribed. And it keeps happening. Or they'll say, I'm not getting notifications. I didn't even get notifications for this live. And it's weird. I follow people like Anton Daniels, and he's got far more subscribers than me. And somehow my notification, I always get my notification for his show. Every single time, I always get my notification for his show. And my notification is mixed in with like, between his platforms, he's got almost 700,000 people following him. And somehow my little notification always survives. I got a little channel of 50,000 people, and somehow my notifications are always lost in translation. Very frustrating. I want to apologize, but it's not my fault. I don't like apologizing for this platform that probably has somebody sitting at a desk controlling the success of my platform very maliciously, probably in an unconstitutional manner. I refuse to like apologize for them, but I'm sorry that this is happening because, you know, that's the people who come and support and donate daily. Very discouraging. Very discouraging. Somebody says Anton gets on my nerves, but I watch him occasionally. We're not going to agree with everybody on everything, guys. You know, Black people, we're going to have to start understanding. We're going to be able to work together and be able to fix things in our community. We can't throw each other out over like every single belief system that we have. Like, for example, I'm so committed to Black people, it doesn't make sense. Like, I don't even understand it sometimes. Sometimes I'm mad at myself. Like, why do you even care about these niggas? Like, but I'm devoted to Black people, and I am, but it can be very difficult to do when a Black person can find out that you have a different political stance than you. So then they don't want to support you on the topic that they were supporting you on because they find out that your political opinions or ideas vary from theirs. It's just, we're really doing this with politics right now because a lot of people are upset that Trump is in office. There's never been more Black people like, I'm not going to talk to you if you voted for Donald Trump, even though I don't even know what his policies are. I don't even know what the policies were for the person who I voted for. But I'm a follower, so blah. And I'm not no Trump supporter. For anybody, stop calling me that. Like, that's been another frustrating aspect of just being Black. People just assume to know things, like, when you're Black. Like, when you're Black, people just assume to know things about you. Like, Anton, it's valuable in a lot of areas, but I think we should start looking at our leaders and saying, like for example, I'm in support of treating people from the LGBTQ plus community like they're human beings, right? And not really like trying to treat them like they aren't humans the same way heterosexual people are human beings. But because Dr. Umar Johnson has such a vastly different opinion than that, I can't throw away the fact that he's one of the most intellectual, insightful, knowledgeable Black scholars the internet will ever see. And sometimes I'm actually disturbed that he's been made into some sort of joke and meme when we have very few leaders who come onto platforms and speak with the militancy that matches the circumstances we're going through. I don't be having time for calm, docile Negroes who talk about what we've gone through. The way Dr. Umar speaks, he might have developed it over time creatively, but for good reason. It works. And why does it work? Because it matches what we're actually dealing with. Now, when it comes to black people eventually being able to do anything for themselves independently, I see him as one of the people who would be a great mouthpiece, but not because I believe, not because I agree with this man on everything. And I'm not willing to debate him on where I disagree with him because I'm too busy saying good job when he's talking to black people about things that are the right things. And I don't, and that's beside the school stuff. Because yeah, I don't agree with the school shit, whatever. Most of us don't. But again, even with that, you should be able to compartmentalize that, even when like just moving it aside and saying like, okay, well, besides the school, besides the fact that whatever, he might have an issue with gay people, whatever, he's still a great black leader. See, that's me being in disagreement with a black leader, but still being in support of him. I just disagree with him on one thing, but that doesn't mean I'm ready to throw Dr. Umar Johnson out. Why would I? Some would say he's a fraud, whatever, possibly so. So that says AD comes off as corny sometimes. Hey, I mean, if that's your opinion, I respect it. I don't have any. Somebody says I find Tommy Sotomayor valuable. Me too, and I wasn't like that in the beginning of my channel. I'll admit that right now. I'll admit that I was slightly wrong about Tommy Sotomayor. I had very harsh criticisms about Tommy Sotomayor in the beginning of my stint because he was attacking Kevin Samuels, and we just weren't going for that in the beginning. But now that I've went back and listened to a lot of his old work and gotten a feel for some of the stuff that he said on Fresh and Fit, when Fresh and Fit is sounding like just a circus of immature men speaking, Tommy would be a breath of logic. He's just a great breath of logic when he's around those guys. Because he's been thinking about these things and working on being articulate longer than they have. Yeah, it says, don't throw the baby out. Like, you know, there's so many things I disagree with Kevin Samuels on. And Mr. Samuels didn't agree with some of the things that he didn't like. There were things where he wasn't the biggest fan of me at first. I was as supportive as him. And the moment that like we blew up reacting to this content, he kind of tried to make me an op there for a second. We pulled it together at the end. But again, it's like, if people are like, oh yeah, his dating advice is bad because he had a bad marriage himself. Like, y'all crazy. Y'all can't throw out good back leaders for stupid shit. I don't even believe in Christianity being brought into the conversation. Mr. Samuels would mention Christianity. You think that I was willing to be like, he mentioned Christianity. That's it. Let's throw this Negro out. He ain't talking about nothing. He trying to dilute the world. No, I didn't do that. Everything that I disagreed with him on was completely irrelevant when talking about when thinking about why he was valuable just in general. I didn't want to get caught up on the semantics, his political views, where he grew up, his relationship with his mama, all this stuff that really don't even, is the work thorough? Is it good? And that was how I looked at it. But anyway, I enjoyed being here today with you guys. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Nice to have a little extra post-show rap with y'all. Continue to support the channel. Continue to rock with us. Much love to our show sponsor today. I believe that was Benjamin Bussard. Just all of my other donors who went in over 20. That was Fantasy Island Girl, Benjamin, Anthony. Much love to all of you guys who supported. I'll see you guys on the next show, man. Y'all be good.